right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Carlos King is here.
What up, though?
What up? Oh, that's why you're from Detroit. Let them know. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, what up, though?
All right, and let's get into some Yee tea. Ellen DeGeneres, she has a new special on Netflix, For Your Approval. And she addresses the fact that people had basically said that she was mean, that it was a toxic environment on her show. And that's crazy because as long as she's worked and had that show, you know, she wrapped up in 2022 after 19 seasons, right? We hadn't heard things like this prior to towards the end of her show. So here's what she has to say in her stand-up.
And I've spent an entire lifetime trying to make people happy, and I've cared far too much what other people think of me. So the thought of anyone thinking that I'm mean was devastating to me, and it consumed me for a long time. But with time, you gain perspective. So after a lifetime of caring, I just can't anymore. So I don't.
As a former people pleaser, it is very hard to transition from wanting everyone to like you to not caring anymore. And what I've learned is at the end of the day, people who don't want to have a understanding of you, they just won't.
Yeah. Some people are determined to look at you in a certain way, no matter what it is that you say or do. And she did say that she still wants to be remembered as someone who is beloved, but she's happy not having to keep up a brand image or be a boss. And I think with more fame comes more responsibility.
Yes.
And as you have a bigger staff to take care of, there's always going to be disgruntled people.
Yeah.
You know, just like there'll be people who enjoy it, there'll be people who don't. There'll be people who have great experiences, people who don't have great experiences. There is no way that anybody in this world could have somebody that everybody thinks is an amazing boss and is great, and, you know, because that would mean you say yes to everything that they ask, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. And to be in that position is just hard to please everybody. It really is.
So she did say this is going to be her last act, this new special, For Your Approval. But who knows what could happen. And maybe it's freeing to not have to worry about what people have to think about you or say about you.
Honey, she got Portia de Rossi as her wife. She gets to hang out with Kris Jenner now and have ladies who lunch. And she has so much money. She doesn't need to work anymore.
Yeah, she doesn't need to work. But we also have to remember money does not always equal happiness. So, all right, Carlos.
Have you ever met a miserable person that had a lot of money?
Yes.
You have?
I definitely have. And I think it's harder too because people assume you're supposed to be happy. And when people aren't, they're like, well, what are you upset for? You have money, you have this, you have that. Sometimes that doesn't take away. It makes it even worse, you know?
Go buy a Louis Vuitton jacket. You'll be happy.
Me and you, yes. Okay, I would love to, but I can't. Zendaya is saying that she doesn't know if she can handle the pressure of fame. She was at a recent screening event for Dune Part 2 in New York City, and someone in the audience asked about the state of celebrity fandom in pop culture. And she said, I feel like often I am not cut out for that part of it. I do love my job. I'm so grateful. I love doing the work. I love being on set. I do love moments like this. Don't get me wrong, but I am terrified of that part of it often. She said she was an introvert growing up, a shy kid, always have been. And so that part isn't natural. And that's a huge reason why fashion became important, because it became like armor to pretend to go out and do the job. So
I want to ask you a question because you are a legend. I like being known. I forget that I am known. And I don't sometimes think, like, why are people looking at me? Why do people know what I did yesterday? Then I'm like, oh, I posted it.
Right.
Does that happen to you?
I think it used to. Now, you know, I'm not like a famous person where I can't walk. I walk everywhere. I took the train here today.
Do people stop you on the train?
No, but sometimes I could tell, like, people will look at me or whatever. But yes, I take the train. So everything is, you know, I still am outside. It's no big deal to me. And I'm not like famous. I'm not on that level where I can't do those things.
You're Angela Yee, honey.
But in this hallway, people know me at iHeart. All right, well, that is your Yee tea. When we come back, Carlos, since people know you, we are going to talk about you some more because you have a lot going on, and it's also a Wealth Wednesday. And I know I would love to hear some financial tips from you because we see you've invested in this Louis Vuitton jacket.
You are so messy.
But it's worth so much more now. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.